everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week I wanted to go over how I plan my week. Now, it kind of sounds a little bit silly, but I used to find this a little bit overwhelming because you're like, oh my gosh, I have like 700 things to do and I have to figure out what we're eating and I have to grocery shop and I have to do all the things, but it's not that serious. Because if you forget something at the store, you go back. Like it's not a big deal. But I understand that it can be very daunting. So I have my planner and I have my iPad in front of me. And I'm gonna kind of show you what I do. Now you probably can't see my planner, but I'm gonna move the camera. So cut. Hi everyone. Now I look like dumb. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. This week we are going to work on how I plan my weeks. So I usually do this 1 week at a time. That's just how I found works best for me. I grocery shop on the same day. I generally use Instacart. I probably shouldn't, but yeah, so I'm gonna go through meal planning. I'm gonna go through the activities, the workouts that I have to do for the day. I also kind of plan things that we're doing apart or separate. Now we only have a 2-person household, so it's not that crazy. So I usually use my paper planner. And I have my iPad in front of me. Generally it's on my phone, but I'm filming on my phone. So sometimes I'll go into Pinterest to kind of get some ideas for supper. But yeah, and it also has like my calendar, my digital calendar has everything on it. So I'm doing next week. So I'm gonna go to next week and I'm gonna start on Monday. Sundays for us are generally just going to church and kind of resetting for the day. So the true start to our week is generally Mondays. Sunday's kind of the end of the week for us. I know not technically, but for us it is. And I'm not gonna write down like my morning routine and all that jazz because I know how to do that. But I will first kind of look at it and start off with, okay, Monday's a holiday, so I'm off that day. I kind of go through when I'm actually working throughout the week. So I have my days off for the coming week. Generally, I just work Monday to Friday. But this week is a bit different because there's a holiday and I took a day off to get my wedding dress fitted. So that's super exciting. I get to go hang out with my mom. So then I go through the bills that are going out throughout the week. So I like to know what days my bills are going out. So I will do that next, and I'll write it usually on the top. So I'll kind of just go through and I'll write the amounts just so I have a clear kind of picture of what they are. And I know what to expect, just to have a little bit less anxiety about it. And so I will quickly go through that. I'm going to speed through this part because you probably don't want to watch me write all these things down, and I don't really want to put that on the internet. So I'm going to speed through this and we'll get back after that. All right, so now that I've done that, next I put in the important days of the week. I'll put in paydays, and I will put in appointments, and I will put in garbage day, which is on Tuesdays. So I've written all of that down, the appointments that I've got throughout the week. And then I just double check to make sure that I have everything accounted for. And then I also write on Thursdays, I bake my bread on Thursdays. So once that is done, then I go back and I will plug in my workouts. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are my Zumba classes. So I will write that down. And generally when I'm doing this, I will sign up for the classes that I'm hoping to do that week. So I'll do that at the same time. I will do that after this. But so I write those down. So I know when I'm working out, I know what's happening. The last and final thing is meal planning. So this is not a perfect science. I'm not the best at this, but I try to take into account my health goals and all that jazz. So Mondays are generally a day where I am pretty tired. So I tend to not do anything crazy. It's very, very simple. And yeah, so I'm going to think about what I want for supper, and we will go from there. So I generally, these days, I don't reinvent the wheel because it's a lot. So these days I tend to do things that I know how to make in my head. So probably Monday, since it's Easter the day before, we'll probably have leftovers for Monday. And then Tuesday, I'm thinking spaghetti. Spaghetti's a very easy meal. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can make some ground beef and you can throw in some sauce that's already made and put a vegetable with it. So I'll probably do broccoli because that's what we got. Wednesday, I'm not home, so I'm going to do, what could I do on Wednesday? I'll do KFC bowls on Wednesday. You just make some chicken fingers, some mashed potatoes, some corn, some gravy. I'll sometimes put peas in it too, just for a vegetable. Thursday, I generally have more time. So I will generally do something that takes a little bit more time. So I'll probably do chicken parm and a vegetable is probably what I'll do. And Friday, I will do pizza. I love homemade pizza. If you want me to share that recipe, let me know. Saturday, we'll eat out on Saturday because why not? YOLO, right? And then Sunday, since we had a holiday weekend before, I'll put down barbecue. Hopefully we have our barbecue by then. And that's kind of how I go through my week. It's super simple. It takes me 5 minutes. Stop overcomplicating it. I found that people tell me kind of how, no shade, but people would tell me how they would plan out their weeks and it was just so complicated. And I was like, I don't even know what's happening. But this way, everything is in one spot. I know what's happening. I know what I need to get. And I get the same things for lunch, put things on repeat. If you need to have spaghetti once a week for the rest of your life, who cares? That's what I say. We have pizza every week, but I can make that dough and I can make pizza like the back of my hand. Like, it's super easy. So that's what we're gonna eat. That's what's happening, and thanks for joining me. And I hope that this was super helpful for you, and I hope you have a great week.